In this screencast, we will walk through everything you need to know to prepare for building your own instructional videos to use in your classroom. First, we need to define what flipped and blended learning are, where they come from, and why they may be a good idea for your class. Currently, there seems to be somewhat of a witch hunt against direct instruction in education. Certainly, teaching strategies like inquiry and problem-based learning are powerful strategies for helping students apply new concepts and develop their understanding of course materials to a deeper level. However, at some point, students will need to either read or hear about ideas with which they are not yet familiar. Vocabulary terms, complex procedures, and big ideas are difficult to acquire unless they are appropriately modeled for students. Direct instruction, whether through written, visual, or verbal media, helps students to form critical understandings which they can then apply to new problems. Students need a place to start. Traditionally, direct instruction in education comes in the form of lectures and textbooks. Lectures are often a go-to resource that can be used to quickly communicate information in a clear way. However, lectures come with their own set of problems. Teachers often reteach everything to absent students. If a student zones out during an important lecture, either teachers need to take more time to remediate the problem or the student gets left behind. Additionally, what happens when a teacher is not on their A game during a lecture? Again, none of this is to say that direct instruction is a bad thing, but there are new models gaining momentum in education that can alleviate some of these problems. To help deal with some of the problems introduced by lecture-based instruction, teachers can use instructional videos in the classroom. Instructional videos are not new concepts. TV personalities have been teaching the public new skills for decades, like cooking with Julia Child or painting with Bob Ross. In the past, TV production studios have been required to create and distribute this content. With the rise of the Internet and Web 2.0 technology like YouTube, the power to create and distribute instructional content is in the hands of anyone with a computer. Within the past few years, this has led to a boom in the number of instructional videos being created and posted through services like YouTube. How could instructional videos help alleviate the problems of direct instruction? Students can watch videos anytime, anywhere. If they zone out during a class or are absent from a critical lecture, all they need is an internet-connected device to get back on track. Also, instructional videos makes pauses and rewind possible. While students scribble notes in class, information is often lost. Not all students write at the same pace, which means that either students are still writing while the teachers are speaking, or some students are left waiting for others to finish writing. With videos, students watch at their own pace and can go back to ideas that they missed. They can also use videos as great study tools. If students watch videos at home instead of during class, you will have more time in class for the things that matter. A teacher can't help a student listen to a lecture. However, a teacher can help a student practice and apply information to new problems. Additionally, you will never forget to make an important point. It can be difficult to present information while monitoring students' behavior. With videos, you can be sure that you always say what you want to say. If students can watch videos outside of class, you won't need to catch up students who are absent during an important lecture. This frees up more of your time to help students with practice problems or to answer questions that students may have about the content. In addition to enhancing the student experience, the purpose of technology is to make life easier. While creating videos can take some upfront time investment, you may find that you have more time in class to help students directly. When will students watch these videos? There are currently two main philosophies. The first is the flipped classroom model, which swaps the lectures that students usually receive in class with the homework they do at home. Each day or week, students watch videos at home instead of doing practice problems. Then in class, students can apply their knowledge by practicing where the teacher can assist or by applying the knowledge to new problems in groups like in problem-based learning. This model is beneficial in that it frees up classroom time for the parts of the class where students often need the most immediate feedback. Alternatively, blended instruction involves the viewing of videos as a class instead of at home. The work of Dr. Lodge McCammon is a great example of how this can be used in action. His passion is to apply his love of music to his teaching, so he creates music videos in his home studio that explain English concepts. In some of his lessons, he applies dance moves to help students understand and retain the concepts. He then projects the videos in class, which he pauses at intervals for students to practice or apply. While this may not seem much different from the traditional lecture format, the blended model has the additional benefit of allowing students to rewatch the videos outside of class. What do instructional videos look like today? Instructional content can be approached in many different ways. One of my favorite instructional YouTube channels is Crash Course, which was created and is managed by John and Hank Green. They select courses typically taught in the high school or introductory college level and create a series of videos providing a crash course in that topic. Each brother has his own area of expertise. Hank usually creates science content, while John focuses on the humanities. Their videos consist mostly of one brother speaking into the camera, with cuts to high production value animations. They also weave running jokes and themes throughout their series. While their style is highly engaging, the production skill and amount of time required to create animations is typically beyond what is necessary for the high school level. Another great YouTuber, Michael Stevens, goes by the name Vsauce. In his videos, he explores a random idea or question to its full extent, like what would happen if you fired a gun in space, or why do mirrors look silver? His style also consists of him speaking into the camera, but sometimes cuts to still images or words to drive home a point. While the skill required to make videos in his style is achievable, it is often time-consuming. Other contributors rarely show their faces in their videos, like CGB Grey. Gray creates videos explaining often misunderstood topics, like the Electoral College and the structure of the United Kingdom. His fast-paced style uses images and sometimes simple animations to make his point. Victoria Hart runs the YouTube channel ViHart, in which she uses her passion for sketching and drawing to explain complex mathematical problems. Her channel began with her passion for doodling and music, which eventually became instructional when she realized that she could use her passions to teach math. She draws and doodles ideas on camera, which are often time-lapsed to speed up her drawing speed. A much more common strategy for high school teachers to create content is through screencasts. Paul Anderson, a teacher at Bozeman High School in Montana, creates videos for his science classes in which he explains PowerPoint slides similar to the way he would do for his students. Using the same tool that we will be using in our training session, Screencast-O-Matic, he can insert or remove his face from his videos. His channel has nearly 250,000 subscribers, many of whom are teachers and students. Screencasts like his are where we will start in developing instructional content. But with so many great resources out there, why should you create your own videos at all? The answer is that not all YouTubers say what you want to say to your students. They may not be aligned with the North Carolina curriculum, your sequences, or your examples. For example, in my chemistry class, we sometimes use videos like Bozeman Science or Crash Course to teach new ideas in alternative ways. However, their sequence of instruction does not match mine, so some of their videos mention concepts that we have not yet covered in class. This is why creating your own content can be a powerful tool for communicating with your students. Additionally, students often respect the effort you put forth in creating your own content. So what can you expect from this training session? This is the first session in the 3-part series. Session 1 is about creating and sharing videos. Session 2, Best Practices in Making and Sharing Videos, and Session 3, Advanced Video Creation Options. The first step in using instructional videos will be to create those videos for your students. By the end of the session, you will be able to, given a learning objective, use district-issued laptops to record an instructional digital video of at least 2 minutes using Screencast-O-Matic and upload it to YouTube. You'll be able to differentiate between blended and flipped instruction by distributing a video digitally via email or an LMS in the flipped instructional model, or showing a video in class to your students in the blended instructional model. Lastly, you'll be able to assess students' understanding of an instructional video by creating at least 2 assessment questions in a format of your choosing to be used as a warm-up at the beginning of a class in the flipped instructional model, or as an exit ticket at the end of class in the blended instructional model. When you leave Thursday's session, you will have created your own video and uploaded it to YouTube. Thursday's session will require a little preparation. First, you will need to select a topic that you would like to make a video about. This doesn't need to be an earth-moving topic, just something simple that takes 2 to 3 minutes to explain is all you need. It would be helpful to choose something that you regularly re-explain, but any topic works. If you can't think of anything, try explaining how to Google something, or how to use a website of your choice. Next, you will need to plan your visuals. This does not necessarily mean you will actually need to create anything. You can use a website, a document, or a presentation that you have saved on your computer or Google Drive. Anything works as long as it goes with what you're explaining. Anything that you can see on your computer screen can be captured in a screencast. The only other thing to remember is to bring your school laptop. While we will be in the computer lab in room 129, your computers are a bit more powerful and will be easier to set up. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. See you on Thursday.